Now, I know your kids travel with you, right?
Yes.
How the hell do you do that? How in the hell, Jim Gaffigan? Because they range from what, 5 to 13?
5 to 14.
Right? 14. How the hell do you do that?
It's insane, and
It is insane.
You know, and there's plenty of moments where, you know, like they're not with me now, and when I travel without my children, in between those moments of guilt are just hours of happiness, just joy and euphoria. But I usually construct tour dates where my family can come with me. Over Christmas, I did a bunch of shows in Florida, and then my family came down, and my wife's family also came down because they didn't want us to have a good time.
But I totally understand what you're saying, you know, where there's guilt.
Yeah.
But, and then, you know, for the first 24 hours, there's pure joy. Then you miss them.
Then there's guilt.
Then the guilt sets in.
Yeah.
So at what point does the guilt begin to dissipate and then the pure, unadulterated, constant joy sink into?
You know, for me,
the kids, Jim.
Like, you know, traveling, flying across the country, people complain about it. I'm like, that is the best. I get to sleep. I get to watch a movie. It's like a vacation.
It is a vacation.
It's amazing.
I just came off of a week of it's a trip, right? It's a vacation when you're not with your kids.
Right.
But I just came off a week-long trip with my wife. And I actually started the show with this on Monday in Washington, D.C. The most difficult thing of all time, in my mind, is attempting to get 3 children, you have 5, to take a photograph.
Oh, it's insane. Well,
do you have any advice for me on how to
I think it's all bribery, right? I had my kids. I brought 5 kids. I did shows in Europe to the Anne Frank house. I brought my 5, 7, 9, 12, and 14-year-old. 12 and 14-year-old understood. You know, a 5 and a 7-year-old, they don't understand the seriousness, the sombering atmosphere of the Anne Frank house. Like my 7-year-old's like, do they have Wi-Fi here? And you're like, don't ask that at the Anne Frank house. You don't do that at the Anne Frank house. But it's, by the way, I should point out the Anne Frank house, I bought tickets online. I Googled it. The Anne Frank house has 4.4 out of 5 stars. Who is giving a bad review to the Anne Frank house? It's like, it was, I thought it was kind of boring. It was kind of crowded. You know, it's just insane.
It is insane.
It's insane.
I went to the Anne Frank house with my buddies. This is way before I was married with children and everything. Yeah. I made the mistake of doing the Heineken tour before it.
Oh, my gosh.
You want to talk about instant sobering?
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was... I mean, that was just a great buzz from the Heineken tour, and then
that'll cure a buzz, right?
Well, maybe those are the people who didn't give it the 5 stars.
By the way, you know, we were talking about traveling with family.
Yes,
Otto Frank, with his family for 2 years, like he didn't get to leave.
No iPad either. No screen time.
It's so creepy. You can't even joke around about it. But,
I know.
But I'm trying to figure out a joke.
No. Listen, there are certain ones where you just leave it there. But that's the whole thing with my 3 kids. Just they could not just sit still. Couldn't stand still for a
second. So do you have some pictures?
Well, you know what yes, I do. But then you have to delete the other 12 of the single just to get the one. You know, there's high class problems there.
Right. I mean, what did our parents do? Because it's like ours is just digital. They didn't even know if it was a good picture back then. That's why Polaroids were so fascinating. You can actually see what it looks like.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.